All right, welcome back, everybody. So we have some troubling new developments for reproductive rights in several states this week. You have lawmakers in North Carolina first passing this 12-week abortion ban, thanks to the Republican supermajority. They're overriding their Democratic governor's veto protecting access to abortion. And then Nebraska also passing a 12-week abortion ban this week, which they folded into another bill imposing restrictions on gender-affirming care for minors. And then South Carolina, a 6-week ban on the procedure was approved by the state house, which now heads to the Republican-controlled state Senate for a vote. I want to bring in NBC's Chloe Atkins to continue this conversation. There was a time in which we were having this conversation, especially after the first overturn of Roe, that we thought, well, Florida would remain a safe haven, right, for much of the Southeast. That is becoming no longer the reality, considering the 6-week ban they are currently weighing. We're looking at a real desert of abortion care in the Southeast for women down there.
That's exactly right. I mean, a lot of folks that I've talked to, my sources in the reproductive rights groups and organizations that world say, look, Southeast is looking very much so like an abortion desert. The Carolinas, for a long time since the overturning of Roe v. Wade, were dubbed abortion safe haven states for many patients who were looking for care. Now, instead of going just, 1 to 2 states over to the Carolinas in the Southeast, they'll now have to go additional states over. And look, we've talked about this many of times. People with the fewest resources or who are low income are not going to be able to make the trip out of state. So they're going to be forced to carry an unwanted pregnancy to term. And many a times when someone is forced to do so, they are more likely to be pushed further into poverty. They're more likely to stay in touch with an abusive partner. They're more likely to not be able to accomplish career goals and even pay rent. And so what we are seeing in the Southeast, especially the Carolinas, I want to zero in on that specifically. We saw that 12-week ban, be overrode by the state ledge. That's poised to take effect in July. We saw in South Carolina, a state away, the state house passed the 6-week ban. It's going to go to the Republican-controlled Senate, where then it is expected to be signed into law by the governor. And this all happened after the governor called the lawmakers back for a special session to hammer away at this bill. And you also bring up, and I'm glad you did, Nebraska. Something very interesting happened also this week, and that was that they folded that 12-week abortion ban into an anti-trans piece of legislation. And look, that's also poised to take effect. The governor said that he would sign off on that. So it's really safe to say that at this current time, anti-abortion lawmakers aren't slowing down.
And where are we with mifepristone? I know it's being weighed in a court in New Orleans. You got 3 federal judges planning to rule against currently the Biden administration. Yeah,
so those judges, they're all conservative leaning. 2 of them were appointed by Trump. 1 was appointed by Bush. Those are all Republican presidents. And, they also have a history of ruling in favor of abortion restrictions as well. During this 2-hour oral arguments that played out in New Orleans this past week, there was a lot of tense moments and exchanges between the judges and the Justice Department. But the DOJ lawyers did not back down. They said, look, if mifepristone is taken off the market, it is really going to change the landscape of what abortion looks like throughout the state. It's going to impact millions of women. But, based upon the oral arguments, it's really appearing that these judges are going to rule in favor of the anti-abortion folks or plaintiffs that brought this case. But we don't know when the appeals court will rule on this. But, for the time being, I do want to remind folks that mifepristone still remains on the market and accessible while this case plays out.
It seems like abortion is going to become more and more an issue to be weighing in the 2024 election as states are falling like dominoes. Chloe Atkins, as always, we thank you.